Cancer. Welcome to your June 2017 Astro Update. It's Rena here. So, happy birthday to those of you who are born at the end of June. It's your solar return time. And this officially begins on June 21st. For some people in the United States and elsewhere, it will actually be late at night on the 20th. But let's just say the 21st, and the sun will go into your sign. You should start to feel a lot more energetic. And then you have Mars even before that on the 4th of the month going into your sign. So actually Mars precedes things, and Mars is a very active influence. You feel driven when you have Mars in your own sign. It's very good for self-promotion. So for those of you who are looking for work, or you're looking for clients, or you maybe even looking for love, you can really get a lot of accomplished by promoting yourself with Mars in the first house. And so I'm calling this month for you Success Magnet in addition to Solar Return, because I do feel that there are some signs that there's going to be something very successful for you. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and money, and Venus is going to be in your 10th house until the 6th of June, and then it goes into your 11th house of hopes and wishes. And what's really nice about this is that the 11th house is like your long-term goals. And so you have Venus grace your 10th house, make you very attractive to your superiors, to people that you are being, what would we say, who you work under, you know? And those people have the ability to give you raises, which this could happen at this time, some kind of promotion. And with Venus there, you just have this natural charisma, and people are more likely to respond positively to you in your career. And then it goes into your 11th house. Now, the other thing about the 11th house is that it deals with your group associations as well as your friendships. So you could find love within your circle of friends. You could find love in some kind of a group that you belong to. So like Save the Whales, if you belong to that, you'll find, you know, whatever. And so in addition to that, we have Mercury going into your 12th house on the same day as Venus goes into your 11th house. Now, Mercury is going to be in that 11th house for the first 6 days of the month. That is communicating with many people. Also, you know, like networking is something to do with that. So that could have something to do with career matters as well. And in the 12th house, Mercury is an influence that I would say in the month of June, especially at the beginning, Cancer, the first few weeks, because the sun will be also there in the 12th house, that it's a good idea to really, if you don't do any kind of meditation, that you do something like that, because I think it will help in terms of any kind of issues, you know, like Mercury can be your thoughts, and in the 12th house, there can be confusion or apprehension. Actually, Mars will be there as well for the first 4 days. So we've just had a new moon in this 12th house for you. So if you're listening right around the end of May, if you felt the desire, it would be a good idea to do something along the lines of Hatha Yoga or sitting meditation, because Mars in the 12th house makes a person kind of cagey. You know, it's like they can't really do what they want to do. The 12th house is very much an interior energy. So it's not about going out and jogging. Actually, after the 4th, with Mars in your first house, you may feel like doing all kinds of vigorous activities. So So the other big news, and this is starting in May, is that your North Node has now gone from the third house back into the second house. That is how the North Node travels in a backwards motion in the sign of Leo. So Cancer, this is right up your alley because the second house is the house of earned income. And Cancer people like to have financial security. I mean, I'm sure all of us do, but you guys really almost demand it. So with this influence for the next 18 months, you might want to think about what kind of things can you do that are in alignment with something bigger than yourself. Because the North Node, whether it's your natal North Node or the transiting North Node, is kind of like, to me, the sense of destiny. It's not just another transit like Jupiter, like, oh, this is going to bring expansion into this area of your life. No, there's like almost like a faded aspect to it, but in a positive way, I feel. So perhaps some of you have always toyed with doing a certain thing, maybe as a hobby, but maybe it's a passion of yours, and you can make it become a money-making venture. And yet it's also going to enrich you spiritually. So I just wanted to bring that up because even though the transit began in May, it's something that I don't know if I really emphasized it when I did my reading last month. Now, Jupiter is going direct on the 9th of the month, and that's the same day that we're having a full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is your 6th house of health. So, and also your physical workplace, your daily routine. So in terms of what a full moon could bring to that sector, it could bring some kind of culmination if you were working on a particular project, or perhaps you get transferred to a different department. You end a particular workplace, not necessarily end ties to a company. Maybe some people do, but it could simply be a change of your environment. It could bring something to light about your place of employment, your coworkers. It could have something to do with your health. A health issue comes to light, or it can be a healing time, a detoxifying time. So that might be something that is going on with you. But on that same day, Jupiter is turning direct in the sign of Libra, and this is your 4th house of home and family. This is your house, Cancer. So I feel like this is even more important for you. And if you have been trying to maybe buy a house, sell a house, perhaps that is in the mix somehow with that. So perhaps, I mean, it definitely could be a change of residence, because even with that tie to the 6th house in terms of Libra, it could be a situation where you were trying to sell your house, or you're trying to move, and now you could do it if something was kind of held up in earlier months. And so that could be very good for you, because Jupiter in your 4th house can indicate some sort of expansion of your actual physical property. So you could put an addition on a home, or you could move to a house that's bigger, or just benefiting from real estate. Benefiting from your family of origin, too, is possible. For some people, it could be an addition to the family. And as I said, I believe I said that you're having your new moon in your sign on the 23rd of the month. If I didn't mention that, yeah, you're having that. So that's your new moon. And technically, I would say, without getting too confusing here, because the new moon is only at 2 degrees of Cancer, this is particularly apropos for people that are born around whenever the typical cutoff of, or beginning of Cancer is. It's typically around, I believe, the 21st or 22nd. So between maybe the 21st and the 23rd or 24th, those people, this is going to be your new moon for sure. The rest of you, this is in your 12th house. So ostensibly, the new moon in Leo at 0 degrees of Leo is going to be the vast majority of Cancer people's new moon on July 23rd. But we're just being general here. So in any case, in addition to that, Neptune is turning retrograde on the 16th of the month. And Neptune is in Pisces, okay? Pisces is a fellow water sign. It's the water sign that is in your 9th house, which deals with higher learning, college level learning, academia. It also deals with your beliefs about life, your philosophy of life, the religious structures. What else? Foreign travel. So with Neptune turning retrograde, what Neptune retrograde does is it gives you a reality check. And for some of you, because this is a very long transit of Neptune in the 9th house, I actually am redoing this recording, and the first time around I was joking about you having joined a strange cult, and I was being, slightly facetious. But Neptune can indicate an influence of confusion, of delusion, being deluded, being misled in some way. It doesn't have to. It can be an ideal situation. It can be a mystical situation. But if it is in some kind of challenging influence with your 9th house, it could be that you realize that a belief system that you have ascribed to, whether it's an organized religion, some kind of other religious belief, or I don't know, spiritual belief, that it's not what it appeared to be. So, I mean, I could say like a mega church or something like that you realize that they have been just out for the money. But it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to even be an organized religion. It might be a psychic that you've been seeing that you find out is really not trustworthy. Or it could be something to do with, if, let's say you're traveling or you've been living abroad and you realize it's not what you bargained for. Maybe you had idealized a certain country and you thought this is where I really want to live, and now you realize, nah, it's just like everywhere else. It has its good points and it has its negative points, but I don't really want to live here anymore. So it's just kind of like pulling back the veil, so to speak. And it gives you a bit of a respite from any kind of, perhaps, if you were seeing things in an overly idealistic way, maybe now you don't. And that's not such a bad thing after all. So, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this. And I think that you are really going to have a lot of good stuff happening for you, because even when I say success magnet, it's not just in terms of career matters. It can be in terms of your envisioning long-term goals, the things that your hopes and wishes coming to pass, and then even having that north node in the 2nd house of earned income. That's pretty cool. So if you'd like a private reading, please check me out at rainandmoonastrology.com. There's a link for it below, and I do have a special on my natal chart interpretations. So I will talk to you next month, and take care of yourselves. Bye.